8 hours, and it's right on point.
I love it. I watched it the other day.
I
It's
put it
so
on my,
good.
I put it on my application form
So good.
on ClickFunnels because it's like, yeah, this is what I have stayed right on that
On your
point, which I'm like,
track.
yeah.
We actually got to show it. You got to show it to everyone. It's so incredibly good because I watched it the other day too, Andy. The reason why is because I was showing someone and I said the same thing. I'm like, look, when you start from here, like we all know, like entrepreneurialism is like not a straight line. It's like crazy, ridiculous, upside down, right? You feel so nuts line. But then the point was when we started, your objective was already here. We set that objective and we just did this for the last
Yeah.
But now we're back to it. It's so good.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have
I'll
that video in front of you? Because I'd love to show the girls when they come visit her. Oh, actually, everyone saw it at the event. They saw it. We played it.
Yeah, they saw it at the event. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pulled up at the event. But I just saw that's right on
Yeah.
what I'm all about. So I had to chuckle. I'm like, I'm using this. I've been, yeah.
Yeah, well, because that was
Very
your
cool.
objective from the start, right? That's how it works. Like we knew what we wanted to do, so we put the script together so we could deliver it, and now you're building through it. And it's like, wait a minute, the vision's never changed.
No. But I've changed my audience several times and my strategy a couple times, and yeah, I'm getting there. Just it's a process.
Yeah.
Sandra, it's totally a process, not in your business, but in yourself.
Yeah. Well, spiritual growth and healing is very much that way too. It's not linear at all. So I've done a lot of that non-linear process already for myself. And yeah, I recognize the learning curve. It's just, it's a learning curve. So.
Oh, and totally. And you cannot do it in a vacuum.
No.
That I learned the hard way. I tried to for a long time because I had a lot of healing and growth, and it doesn't happen in a vacuum. Sorry, I'm looking a little disheveled and rough. We are officially calving, so you're going to see me like this from now on through April, May.
Yeah.
We're running on wine and coffee and canned beans. Well, I know I don't have wine.
Combo.
But, yeah.
Well, don't worry. I mean, I woke up at 4, but morning time, it's a lot easier to look a little bit fancier.
Oh, you're
Hi,
beautiful.
Yeah. How are you, darling? Are you hiding?
Kenny's here.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to juggle. I've got a call from work that I'm halfway on to, so I didn't want to miss out with you guys, but I am juggling several things. Yeah,
no worries, darling. Whenever you want to jump in. Do we know, I know that Yamilka's in Dubai still. Good for her. I didn't even realize. Like, no wonder why her husband said you're going to be gone for 30 days.
Yeah.
She really is gone for 30 days.
She really is.
Yeah. She really is.
She really is.
Do we know if Jody's joining us, Lars?
She was on a call earlier. So she's talking to K-Boss.
Oh, she is.
And then she'll be here. Yeah.
I'm going to say, excuse me, get Jody off your call. We are waiting for her. I go see him on next week.
5 a.m. Dubai time. So we'll give Yamilka some slack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah. So I was just having a chat with Sandra, like how her download's been. We kind of had a little bit of a sicky download, and then just literally took about 24 hours just to take a little bit of a break. I'm actually going finally. I'm taking my retreat time off starting tomorrow.
Oh, good.
So like literally from the event, haven't had a moment.
Yeah.
But we have 3 days. We've been gifted a little bit of time away.
Excellent.
For the next 3 days.
That's important for you to connect to that energy, because find some things that bring you, as I sound like Nico, pleasure. Find the things that spark joy and pleasure, and really just embrace those over the next few days, and just take off those lady balls and take off that.
Well, I gotta write a presentation while I'm away, but that's like writing. That's fun for me.
Oh, good.
You gotta remember, my fun is so different than most.
Oh, it's my fun too, Rhonda. I love to write.
I'm like,
love it.
I'm gonna be by myself with a glass of wine with my big paper with no family. I'm just gonna, like, for me, that seems like a dream.
Then
That's
that
what my dream.
joy. That is awesome.
We're in the zone. You're in the right place. I love it. I know everybody's like calving. I love calving time because everybody's asleep. I'm doing night checks because I get the night check because I'm in the night.
That is, Andy. What is calving time?
So all our mama cows are having babies, and the first calf heifers, they're brand new mamas. They've never had a baby before. We have them all in the corral, and we have to watch them like every 2 hours because they have trouble, and sometimes they don't like their calf. They're just like teenage girls having children. You know, they'll have this baby, and they're like, "Oh, I want that one. I want her baby. Her baby's cuter." And
cows do that.
Oh, they do. They're crazy. They're absolutely insane. Yeah. And then they'll like won't let the baby nurse, or they're just crazy. Yeah. And then sometimes they have issues, and you have to reach your hands in their butts and pull the babies out. It can get a little heated.
So babies come from butts?
No, really? Is that right?
You're so cute.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I love it. So that's fun. I love when you're in this.
It is fun.
Because it's your like super dual ego zone.
It is my dual ego zone.
Well, not dual ego, like dual personality zone.
Yeah.
So I guess without waiting for Jody, maybe Andy, what we were, obviously we're talking about the kind of finalizing what's gone on with the event and where everyone's going. I think the most important topic really came down to the development of the ideas of this book. And
absolutely,
like where we're going, what we're doing. I continue to write a little bit more developments on that end. Why don't we kind of get a bit more from you, because we haven't really dove into that section. Do you want me to open up that document? Because that document,
the one I sent, yes. I'm like, where did I put all of that?
We need to kind of make some obviously decisions as a group, like who else we want to add in. I believe, Sandra is kind of leaning towards possibly joining us, and then really what comes down to the sponsor idea, but more importantly, it was really the launch, like on your end and what we need to do for just getting the book in and all of that good stuff and getting it written, really. So I don't know if I was fulfilling on all of that.
And I like the idea of next January after the holidays. Just buys us some time, settles us down, gives us some more time to collaborate and brainstorm. And I'm going to throw, a monkey wrench into things tonight, just because I have another idea. In tandem with this, separate from this, but together with it, is there anyone you all can think of that is in sync with this that we would want to bring in to do as like a multi-author box set to market with? Just an idea, not a necessity.
Sandra, like she's a multi-author box set. It could be with
Sandra.
Collaboration with Sandra's book. Oh, that could be really cool.
I've got one coming out too. Mine should be coming out about the same time too.
Jody's got one. Isn't Jody writing another book beyond the book?
Yeah, I think so. So all of us, aren't you working on one too, Rhonda?
Yeah. She's been writing for ages.
And Victoria, so this is kind of getting crazy. I'm sorry. I apologize. My big ideas, but if we're going to put it out that far, we all can start pre-selling on our own Amazon author accounts. And then when they all get done, we can launch them as a package.
So that I like that on the marketing side a lot, Andy. I mean, like when I think of the marketing end, I'm like, oh, very sellable, right? So really great continuation of promotion, because then we can always bundle each other's stuff together. Question for you that rose for me with that is, I think if we all independently were writing our own books, I think our only objective would not be on Funnel's marketing side. It would be getting it published in Amazon, right? That second, mine would be my second version. Theirs would be their first versions. Is that what you're meaning? Getting that automatic, just getting it in on Amazon?
No, I'm not even talking Amazon
Okay.
necessarily. I'm talking Barnes and Noble, Amazon, iBooks, all
Oh,
of them. I'm not solely just sit on Amazon anymore.
okay.
I'm expanding my horizons,
Yeah.
and I can publish anybody's books and would be tickled to do so. And we can just time them all so they all kind of coordinate and
Wow.
it
Yeah, I mean, this could be, and especially because of your expertise of knowing how to get that stuff done,
Yeah.
it's a big deal. I mean, Hanale's book has not been published that way either, and that's what we're going towards. So I can see that being a really big benefit. And that could be like everyone's focus is just getting your books, our books done, our chapters done, and our books done, right? Like I can
mhm.
focus on the marketing side. I don't think it has to be challenging, does it?
No, it's really easy. It's just thinking ahead
Yeah, yeah.
and planning for
For what we want.
the launch
Yeah.
and how we want to do it, how we want to go about it.
Would you share
Um,
with Sandra? I know that was a question for her, and I just was writing notes from what we talked about on the chapter, like word count number. Like, what would you say is going to be ideal for the chapter, but
how,
also for an extra book? Like, what is the ideal as the expert?
how many of us are there so far collaborating?
Yeah,
5, 10?
there's 6 of us now. Sandra would add in to be 7 because it's but yourself, myself,
Okay.
Jody, Yamilka, Victoria, and then who else were we? Let me just pull up the doc because I don't like speaking top of my head. Yeah, myself, Yamilka, Jody, Andy, Kathy. Kathy wanted to be in also. Does Kathy? No, she was invited to this call, I believe. And then Victoria, and then if Sandra jumped in, and then these are the others. And I think Beth, I believe. There's a few others. This was Jody's girl,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
also an author. So this is where a lot of exciting like nuances do come in. Is that Jody wants to do the collaborative event because she's got a lot of people that want to come to our next retreat. She's got an author who just released her book, who wants to come to not only the event because she needs film, but she then she's a relationship author. And so she's got like a sex and relationship book. So like that's where
Okay.
Jody's going, oh, let's mirror a lot of these people. So that
Yeah.
woman could be a collaborative woman as well on books, etc. So I think right now we
Oh,
start at
yeah.
7, and then we all need to
Okay.
decide what level we're comfortable with adding in authors, and then who do
Okay.
we add in, celebrity authors, etc.
All right. We don't want it any bigger than 200 pages because then people aren't going to read the
Right.
last few. We want to keep it like under 190 pages. So I'm thinking 20 to 25 pages. I have to get my calculator out. I don't have. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What, how many words would that be?
yeah,
250 words per page. I'm just gonna. I'm doing math here on paper. It's so sad.
Yeah, so if we're looking at 250 words per page times 20, that's 5,000 words. So yeah, that was
5,000 words. Yeah.
Which is pretty
Yeah.
easy.
That's
like
pretty
a blog
easy.
post, like
Yeah.
good blog post is 2,000 words.
A good solid blog post. Yeah. 5,000
Yeah.
words to 7,000 words. If you go over, that's fine.
Yeah.
At least 5,000 words.
Yeah, and so I think that's if we started looking at how we want to balance that, the amount of people then you're saying, Andy, should be in it, then if we're doing 20 pages, which is 20, you said no more than 200 pages, so we're only looking at then 10 people then at 20 pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then that
Yeah.
we'd have to either do shorter chapters or
I think fewer people. I wouldn't go more than 8 people.
Okay, which I like.
And I would
better.
keep it no more than 8.
Well, it's a lot easier to manage too. I mean, like I think our initial conversation was, yeah, we could bring in a lot of people. We also have to remember, who do we all work well with? Like we all get our archetypes now. Now we all know whose space, like who can handle who and what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's important.
Yeah. Well, you get too many, it gets confusing, and your readers are going to lose track of who said what.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think 8. I initially thought hit 8, and then we said, oh, maybe 11, because we're like, what about if we did celebrity endorsements? But what if we just go hard on the core authors, and then we go hard on the sponsorship, opposed to getting more bodies in, which could confuse the masses anyway.
I think it would just confuse people, and then people are just they're not gonna read it. They're gonna that's like going to school. Yeah, I think no more than 8.
Like from your expertise then, thinking about, it's designed to lead, so then it's just independent stories, but also our core competency. So they're going there.
Core, as a woman, yeah, we really need to embrace that femininity and that.
Yeah.
How that got us to there. I sent that document. I'm not on my computer, but I can pull it up.
So would you say then this should only be storyline and not like teaching or education pieces? Like, how would you see that? Because I'm looking for value drives on, what buyer, what people would, why they buy it. Is it a feel good, or are we doing storyline into education? Like what?
I sent a document on what to write about. I am trying to find where I put it, and I'm not sure, and I'm not on my computer. Yeah, I put it in the Bali.
I know those damn groups. We're gonna have to keep a flowing document. I can have Larcy put together a for us that just gives us.
Let me see where I stuck it. I can't remember if I put it. I'm sure I put it in Bali, or did we have a separate one for the book? We had a separate thing for the book.
Yeah, I can ask Larcy to create an organized chart for us, so that we have all of our information that we are all talking about and providing content with. We know how to find it.
Anyway, where's the book feed? See if is Larcy listening?
Yes, I am.
We had hey Larcy, can you look in the feeds for our book master group?
And just
inner circle.
And just see if we can pull that, if you can find that. She did it like
it's designed
to it's
I'm not sure Larcy's in that group, but I can take a look.
Yeah, and it was right under Rhonda's post and under her thing. If not, I can share my screen on here. I just need to get into the.
Well, it's one I would not have gotten anyways, because I was a latecomer to the group. So
yeah,
it'd be good to put in.
We'll pull it.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah, that's right. It was in the Design of the Lead group, not the Brand Essence group. Yeah. Yeah, so we can pull that up. So then I think it's just outlining all of this stuff and really seeing where we want to focus, because you're right. If too many people, it's like too many cooks in the kitchen, right?
Like, and then the soup is bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because those were just my ideas. It's totally dynamic, and how, I want your guys' feedback on, we can add and move stuff around. And my computer's like ancient.
I think it's an interesting concept, Andi, because you do have several of us who will be, publishing our own personal books around that time too. So it's kind of a symbiotic relationship. It's worth exploring.
Well, and my
sorry, ladies, I dropped the link in the chat box. My internet is not quite strong enough to share my screen, I don't think. I've got monkeys.
Yeah, I just found it. Here you go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yay. Thank you, Victoria. There.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, you guys just enable, document commenting and stuff, and
this, Andi, so easy.
Is that something you can share?
Yeah, we'll all get it with we'll put it all in that group. All that content that we're all providing each other with in here. We'll make sure we
and
all
it's just a template. We can move this around, but basically my biggest thing here that we need to, the first thing we need to do is jump down to where I have our daily habits right there.
You've got half my book on this outline, Andi.
Sorry, Sandra.
No. It's wonderful to see it being embraced. It's like, Yes, this is exactly what we need to be focusing on.
And
Yeah.
then what I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, or you guys throw your input in. If we come up to 3, I don't know what I have on there. I need to open this on my laptop, so I'm not looking on my phone. I'm going to jump off my phone and get on the Zoom on my laptop. If we
You have
go
3 to
down
5
in
daily habits.
daily habits that we do that we can share just for a lead magnet.
Yeah. I see what you meant by that, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you meant by that. So yeah, there's a couple ideas then certainly that we could do for. Do you mean like just putting that as like a mini ebook as our lead magnet? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. There. Now I'm on my
So
computer.
we could
Now I
have,
can
like, we
see.
could have like when I'm looking at like funnel stuff, I'm thinking like lead magnet for the whole book. Or like we all do one collaborative lead magnet, and then individually we could each have a lead magnet, which means like our chapters could be downloaded for free, which then gives them the full book too. So we could have a dual. One is a collaborative funnel with a lead magnet that we all contribute to, and the other is our affiliate, our own affiliate page, which is like Sandra's page, which has her picture on the cover. It's her book cover, her chapter cover. They get that for free, which also leads into the book offer.
Nice.
Is that what you were thinking? That's how I was thinking. Is that what you were looking at? How you saw that working?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds great. That sounds great. Yeah, absolutely. And then these will be in our chapters.
Mhm.
Our key beliefs or habits also, so we can keep them in both places.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically everyone writes their chapter. Then we all say, okay, let's take out what were your top 3 to 5 habits that empowered us. And then we just collaborate that into a, 8 top women give their, best habits for, becoming an empowered feminine leader. And that's free. And that's all of our pictures with our habits, habits. Like our design team can make that look super, super sexy.
Great for an article as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that'd be so great for an article.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take pieces of that and go all over. I mean, it's endless, you gals.
That's a big deal. I just caught what you said. That's a big thing we could put inside of a publication.
Yeah.
We could probably get that published. If we write that well, which is simple, it doesn't have to be written well, it has to be put together well, I could pitch that to a publication.
For sure.
Oh, awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, we can. It's just endless what we can do with this. Really.
Yeah.
You're making me want wine on D, and it's only 9:30.
I wanted 9:30, believe me. I do that just to taunt you.
It's working.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's a really strong move, especially on the marketing plan. Like this is easy. So this is, I think, like where I know for you, Sandra, you're like, ooh, like where's the balance going to be? Do you see this could be easily balanced for you then? Because it's like you're doing the same thing.
This is what I'm writing already. I'm writing.
I know.
And Sandra, I'm in the same boat. I'm doing my storyteller's journey that I was doing film on in Bali, and it's all this same. My whole fiction novel is about this. It's
because
all
I'm developing, like, thank you, Rhonda, for the feedback, because I am developing the methodology, and I'm developing the divine feminine warrior goddess methodology of how to reclaim your personal power. And then I'm also doing a section on female leaders and using you're bringing your feminine energy into the workplace. So this is, this is exactly what I'm doing. So be easy.
right.
Yeah, and the conversation's easy for you too, Sandra, because it's the same. Like when you're doing promotional stuff, like all the conversations the same. Everything you're talking about is the same. Like it's works. I'm not only writing mine, but I'm also now co-authoring another book, soon to come, which is dive in deeper where I give you the methodology. This book is independent women that are working through this type of methodology, right? So it's like almost like a testimonial book for you.
I'll put
You
you all
know?
through it. I'll make you all take the course.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And see, that's the easy part for you, and you, the other ladies can help add on to this. Is that once you get this methodology done, that is that course. So when
It
you go, I don't even have the course yet. It actually is so simple because you get the steps down. You're like, ah, that's actually the course. So the book's been written, the course is ready, and then we just record it. So that would be your course.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly right, Andy. All right, so I'm not sure where Jody's going to be at. I know Kenithia is on her call too. I don't want to like kind of bombard us with stuff that may not be always pertinent to everyone's conversation. But I certainly would like to serve you too, Kenithia, if there's anything that you have. I don't know that the book is really important for you. I know she's on a call, so I didn't want to leave her out. Just jump in if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, the thought that struck me when you all were talking about pushing it out a little bit is, I would love to be a part of it. I just don't know that I'm ready at this point, but that would give me more time to figure it out. So that would be awesome. But
Well, the nice thing is, babe, about this is that if you're working directly with Sandra, you're already kind of in it, right? So if that's why I saw it working too. Because if you're working with Sandra, you would be an amazing, not only testimony for her and her book, but then a testimony for all of this. So you'd be a great, promoter of it, or, even be maybe a testimonial in the book. Maybe it'd be an endorsement for the book.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, because I think that, once an idea seeds inside of this type of environment, we don't, let's keep everyone involved, because that's nothing like starting the conversation and the conversation goes away, especially after these retreats, right? That's what we always say, stay in the conversation, because that just keeps fueling what we're all doing for our own personal futures anyways.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for doing that and
So,
holding the space for that. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll keep filtering through us as well, right? Like we all realize, wow, everything we went through, the elation, the freakouts, the excitements, the fears, like, whoa, you really look back at it and go, oh my goodness, it was so perfect. And that's what I do love about those retreats so much, that holding the space isn't always easy. It sometimes does get heavy, but I'm strong, which I like that, because I love seeing the development of where we all end up going. And then we all just come together, and then we're all on the same page, and then the developments tend to happen. And that's what I'm really I feel really blessed about this group, is because we've all been together for, most of us, quite some time, and then we see where our core competencies go, and all of a sudden now, I'm joint venturing with Milka, joint venturing with Jody, joint venturing with Andy, right? Because of just the layers of what we're all helping each other do. I just so happen to know how to launch products and have a huge team to help get that done, right? That's a big thing. And now the development that we pulled from Andy, we've been working together for like 2 years now. Now that's the fruit of that time and that labor and that relationship is going to really flourish,
Yeah, it's a really beautiful thing to watch. I feel like I was witness to some real magic happening with you guys, and feel really grateful to be included in it in a little part. So thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Did you want to add to that, Andy?
I did want to, and this is kind of a side note, but I've got several authors working on nonfiction books for their business, and you and I need to have a conversation at some point, because they're looking for branding and the whole enchilada. But that's not for this call, but just wanted to throw that out there, because it's like,
but that's how it ends up working, isn't it?
That's how it works. Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, now I have an author. I had a guy that we're working with, and a woman that we're doing PR for, and she's like, I'm launching a new book. I was like, well, don't worry, I know exactly how to get that launched on Amazon, like exactly how to get all that done. So that's where, the long-term relationships tend to happen continually. I think, Sandra, is there anything more that specifically now, because not everyone's able to be here, I mean, obviously we wanted to bring everyone together and get clear on you know, where we're going, what the book is, where this vision is, and the fact that we do already have a really nice, simple plan, I think that'll be easy to execute for all of us.
I love Andy's idea about,
Bundle.
keeping it around, 8 people. I love the idea of exploring the box, the multi-author type of a situation, because I think we get, more bang, and it also is a very feminine thing to do.
Yeah.
The collaborative.
The collaborative is powerful, powerful, powerful. And then I have a whole, and I can share my screen if a second, if I can find the document of how we can share in that whole reach. The main point with the collaborative is that all of the books that we're bringing in have to be either an author from our book we're doing together, or have to be congruent in the theme.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, with the amount of authors that we've got, I cannot even imagine. Like there's so many authors that are already here that would make that great.
Yeah.
What it made me think of when you said the box, it made me think of these, these unboxing, this subscription box style where you actually physically get the box. And we do so much digital, but man, just the fact of like, here you can get the book, but now actually the main offer could be get the bundle of the book, and you get them all sent to you in a beautiful box that we've created that's like designed to lead. It's like a feminine woman, physical box. That's easy stuff to do. And it's, we've got drop ship, or we just put them at Alicia's house, and she puts all the books together, makes it all beautiful. She's the one that sends all your guys' gifts out. Like that's easy to do,
Yeah, for sure.
And that would be a really, like, to get a physical book with the box in tissue paper with all the physical books in there, with all the women authors, a letter from all these women, like that would be amazing.
Yeah, and you could even include like a robe from Honolulu, like
right.
Yeah, like that could be like an add-on or something, or
well, it's certainly a very
so
feminine. Yeah, it's a very feminine thing, and what I like about it is that I haven't really seen that done. And I haven't really seen this type of thing of women coming together, supporting each other, collaborating, making something like this happen around, the emphasizing the feminine energy and how it can work for you in business. This is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I think, I think it's great. There's a lot of ways, there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah. I concur. I was looking at, ladies, I was writing this down because I think it's so important. What you were just saying is like, where then on like, if we're collaborating, we have an idea, but then if you were to say on I wanted to share this with you because this, as the author, I was writing, where is it at? On like, where should we start? Like not only just everyone let's get your chapters in, but then like obviously we need to finalize this core group and then just start getting all of this branding side of it all done, right? Like anchoring it in. And then would you say like the start point, because I'm like always looking at, all right, now we've got all these really lovely ideas. We could start seeding all this, like talking about it, but more importantly, getting, the design side of it also done.
So what are you asking, Rhonda? I'm sorry. Like,
no, I'm just asking, like, is that something now, like if we have this idea, like we already have a through of all these books and these ideas, I mean, would the start be where we go with like everyone just focus on writing your chapter and that's it? Or should we start?
No, we need to start.
I think we need to get the designing started, the branding of it all going.
I don't think we should stop with our momentum.
Yeah.
I think we need to keep this momentum going and this energy from Bali. And I think absolutely branding, let's start with that. Let's start everybody getting their habits or their daily mantras or a list, 3 to 5, getting those and getting this free book, ebook, downloadable lead magnet together. And then here comes Shanna, my loud Shanna.
Sorry, Hannah.
And then let me write this down. So branding, start with a lead magnet and our bullets.
So you would say like write chapters, right? Get the chapters. Then
Get
it's going to be then you collect the habits. Because I'm looking at timelines, right? Because I love, like, for me, you know me, I'm the one that likes to make sure that we always stay in timeline so that we can execute it.
And benchmarks. We need some benchmarks. Like, let's have
Yeah.
our
chapters in.
Our chapters due by what? So making me a date.
I mean, I'm at least thinking like an April, May, or you're saying sooner?
Let's go April 1, April 1st.
So I want to set realistic timelines, like how important is the chapter opposed to like the development of the branding, the name, the look, and the feel.
You're right.
Because we got to look at where our energies can be spent, because we also have lives and other businesses to do.
Okay, let's get the chapter out. Let's get the bullet points by April 1.
Yeah. Okay, so the bullet points meaning like what your organization, this outline that you shared, or what?
I meant like our daily habits, our 3 or 5 daily habits for an ebook.
So do you think that content should be first, over and above, like starting on the brand name, logo, look, feel first?
Probably not.
I would yield more towards possibly getting the look and design so we could focus on approving that. Yeah,
let's do that. You're right.
Because if we don't, like, I was kind of and this is just for my marketing plan, being the author, I want to make sure that I'm, it goes hand in hand logically for me, because that's the only way I know how to think, and I'm open to thinking differently. But I'm looking at like finalizing the core group now, like who's in it, if there's one or a couple more, like our core, so that we all know how to work together through February, March. And then because there's going to be a lot of input, and then approving the name and the tagline this month, to begin the branding and the book covers this month, if it's not February, March, because it's already almost over. And then once we can do that, then we can actually look at the look and the feel of it without actually having any of the content fully done. So we can actually have because I'm looking at sponsorships. Like if we don't have that stuff done, the mission, the name, what is this book about, then the chapters themselves won't matter, because if we're going to go for sponsorships, right?
Okay.
So then create a book landing page with all the details and the content, like March, April. And then, I think the sponsorship plan actually should start right away, and all this stuff. I just put it in order here.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to that a little bit. But
here you are.
Yeah, sorry, I had another call. So, the sponsorship can start as soon as a book cover.
Right.
Sorry, what was that?
Push the up or down. Yeah. So that does help us understand, right? That's what we were looking at, like providing what do we need to even begin sponsorship. So the branding side of it does need to go first. Yeah.
Branding needs to go first and before sponsorship then. Yeah. Okay. So let's
once we have a book cover, and we have a sponsorship plan, and we have it'd be good to have like some sort of a page, right? Like the funnel page, or a website page, or something that people can refer to, like, and they go, just to kind of, credibility, right? Like, this is real and tangible. It's not like that helps. And then
what is needed to do a pitch for a sponsor other than a page like that? Like, what do they need to see? Like, is there an outline of, like, do they need the mission, like the marketing plan? Like, what would you say?
Yeah, well, we can create, I can write up a nice, like, sponsorship, like, reason why, 1 second, sweetie, why it is a good thing to do creative marketing with a book sponsorship. And then in that, we can have the tiers laid out, and we can use those tiers like for just sort of general guidance. so that they see like, okay, this is the platinum, this is the gold, silver, bronze. So we'll have like,
Yeah.
you know, those tiers.
Yeah.
And then we just build a value ladder in, right? So
Yeah.
obviously the biggest one is in the form of books. I know. One sec.
Yeah, so I think if we did this, ladies, I think it could be really easy so that all of us can really focus on our specific zones of geniuses, is that we specifically go, okay, this is who's going to be in our core. And I think we kind of have our like 7 now. We were all talking, Jody, we thought, you know, having no more, we did some numbers and chapter numbers, and that it looks like having no more than 8 contributors, not including, let's say, celebrity endorsements or maybe a celebrity chapter, let's say, but 8 contributors, so that we have a 190 page, under 200 page book, chapters that are 20 pages long, 250 words per page, so that we have that piece done. And then is that we all take our zones of genius and say, okay, what specifically is needed for us to get this done for the sponsorship? Because then I can go, okay, cool. If I know that we need branding, all that done, let's all get that done, so then we can work towards then the sponsorship plan. You're right, because if we take it, I think if we took it stage by stage, it's going to be a lot easier to digest, because all of us have a lot of things that are going on also. So if we like flush that out specifically, like I was doing my marketing plan, what I assume that I would need to start accomplishing in order to get any of that done. So it seems like sponsorship plan starts now, but it doesn't require all of these initial, group, the prove the name tagline, getting the book cover and the branding approved, a landing page with the book cover could change, but having a book cover with a mission on it. And then obviously then once we have something that's solid, then the sponsorship plan I think could be implemented. But I think we need what's in that sponsorship plan. So I put this together. I can we all wanted to either do separate ones or just add on to what this document, like what we specifically would need. I just was kind of gapping. So I'm like, do we need, so if we did sponsorships, you need all the branding and then the packages, then a media kit to pitch, which could include that launch page, mission page, what's included for you. So that's
some of the magazine stuff too, like the Forbes and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I was sharing this before you arrived, is that there's an article right now that's going to potentially drop in March, if not the beginning of April, for authors that, that's the one you're in, Jody, that I was going to put us in. I was going to slide us into that one as well. There could be another one that we could do later. So I'm just looking to see when the best drop is. I don't think April might be a little too soon then, because we don't have everything really finalized yet.
Yeah.
For this book, we can definitely get ourselves into a
May. So if we started talking with people now, and then they're like, yeah, that sounds kind of cool, I'm kind of interested. And then as we get new developments, or if there's a celebrity endorsement that comes in, or Entrepreneur Magazine, or like one of those things, then we just keep touching back with them and just keep saying, yeah, okay, just want to update you, this is what we're doing now, and these are the reasons why, this is a great opportunity for you. Just some little things like that. But I wanted to ask on the document, I'm sorry that I was late and I have to ask you to go back, but for the chapters, like with like the Danettes and the Rachel Hollises and stuff like that, you're saying no charge to them, but
I did that, I just put it, I'm just writing notes because I don't like just talking about it. I need to have it down. So what do you think?
Well, the thing is like the sponsorship we can do in the form of books, pre-order of books, right? So how I came up with my numbers was, say I did like $36 a book times 500, and that's how I got my 18,000. So, and then selling all those, that's how I pre-sold 3,000 books. So for for one of these people, what I've got on my list to do is to research when they're having their next big events. Or if we can find out, because that for them will be like, okay, if there's a book, if Rachel is having her big 6,000 person event, then we say, pre-buy the books, then she's got the pre-buy, plus she gets all this other stuff, and we put a price on that. And then she can just build that into her ticket price.
Yeah.
And then everybody who attends gets a free book, or she can sell them books as well at her event. I mean, it'd be great if one of us could be a speaker, or all of us could be, or we could collaborate on that way as well, because then that's also going to sell the books too.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I think understanding the timeline is vitally important, because we could talk about a lot of pockets. But I think if we were to say February, March conversation is only about branding and titles and approving imagery, right? Then like this next conversation, because otherwise if we start blending, I think conversations, it might be like if there's a cart before the horse, we don't want to put the cart before the horse. So it's like, what's our horse? What's our cart? What's our wheel? That way, because I get where you're at, although I'm like, these are all great convos, but if we don't have all the branding and all that stuff ready, this part is going to be challenging. So maybe we break up like what we're each doing. Like, for instance, Sandra just might be, and Victoria might just be writing the book, their chapters. We all say, chapters are due by this time. I'll start working on, like, let's all agree on the branding. I'll take on that part. Then if you give us a map of what's needed for sponsorships, then we can look at, okay, that's the plan for that, so that we know what we need to get it implemented.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that way because obviously we want to do all this. I'm just going, yeah, I think you're right. Like, no charge to them at all, but they got to purchase the book. We got to get all that stuff ready for them in order to go after them. So like, if we have time frames for that, then if we're thinking, all right, let's start with celebrity endorsements in, June, right? Then we got to look at, like, if everything's ready, like we say, chapters need to be ready by, the end of April, 1st of May. Chapters are ready. Branding's done by, well, here, instead of, I don't like just to talk it, I already have it outlined. Where did I put it? There we go. So if we like say, all right, finalize the core group now, approve our name and tag like Feb, begin branding and the book cover by Feb, March, get the landing pages stuff done by that time too. So then would you say that's when, if we get all this done, then that's when we could actually start implementing sponsorship?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, for me, like I started with the book cover and the sponsorship kit.
Okay, cool. All right. So we could start sponsorship, basically pushing out for sponsorships like by May, once all and not even chapters, right? It doesn't even mean the chapters have to be done.
No, they don't. No, they don't need to be. No.
So when do we?
No,
when
we want to have, obviously we want to have the summary and the premise and like be able to, to talk about the whole,
So what would you say is needed for the book then, Jody? So it's the summary, it's the preface. Like, is it like, what do they need to see?
Yeah, like having like the book cover front and back would be great. And it can change. It can change, like the back, if we can change it. Even just the front of the book. The front of the book is great. 1 second, sweetie.
Front, mission, back. I mean, we could do a back cover, like all of us have a picture together. So we literally could take just this core and say, here's the front, here's the back, here's our mission. These are the women that did this, like that, right? And then that then could go on a page, which could be utilized then for, this is the book that we're doing. And then that could go for a sponsorship. Because then we can show, here's the book, this is what it's about. These are the 3 tiers of sponsorship, what we're looking for, what we could offer to you.
Yeah, and another thing that might be handy too is if everybody does provides like a bio, so that, it's like, these are the, the writers right now, and we're adding in, other writers, but here's some of the core writers. So something we can kind of package.
Okay, for the branding.
So could we do it a bit like a media kit?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Everybody on it.
Yeah,
I'm seeing as well.
A media kit would be great too, because that's another thing, is that once we have the media kit, and so the book cover, and then the sponsorship kit with the tiers, and then the celebrity endorsement stuff and the media kit, those are going to help keep people going, because they're going to start hearing about us. And Mommy, why Pancho not here? Pancho's still, he's not home yet. Sorry. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you know, there, you know, like Rhonda was on this podcast or Jody was on that podcast, and then we're all sort of talking, we're using the same messaging, but individualizing the same messaging around the book, maybe talking about some individual stuff, but sorry, this is, I don't know how you did this all your, like all of Hanale's life. Like this is.
Yeah, you just manage it. It's all good. You just manage it. No worries, darling. Don't worry about it. I like everything that you say. I work in a logical categorize mine, as I have a photogenic memory. So everything you're saying, I'm just categorizing it right now. So we're fine. Don't worry. And I know how to work with people, dogs, staff, and a billion kids in my background. So you're fine. You can keep talking that way. I think children in the background actually make it for real life situations. No, I'm totally game with you guys. I mean, and obviously I see exactly what I think we all need based on all of our cores. If we could all just say, cool, I'm seeing what we need for the branding, because I feel the branding end of it. That's definitely the horse. Like, let's get that done. And then Jody, if you could flush out just on your own, just say, this is the list, and put it on that doc, like what specifically is needed for sponsorship, then I can go, okay, sponsorship can start in May, but if I don't get the branding side of it all done, we don't agree to the branding side with the media kit, with that sponsorship stuff done, then we can't start in May. So I'm going, all right, cool, I've got 3 months. I can't get my chapter probably done until probably May or June or July. So I'm just gonna be honest, the amount of stuff I'm gonna do to get this done. And if we need it sooner, I'll focus on it. But I'm thinking, marketing side of it all, we could get all that done. And those that aren't part of any of this, because it could get messy, and I get it, your mind doesn't want to think this way, then we can just say, look, write your book chapters, you focus on your side now, and we don't even need that input as of yet, because it's not even time yet. Like Andi's stuff can help everyone get their book chapters done, right? I can get the branding side, we all can agree, then you could start working on her own plan for sponsorship, and then we just start popping it into the right time frames. You know, I see it being easy. But if we all come together and talk about it all at the one time, it won't be so simple.
Totally easy. So make sure Jody can see that template I sent that's in the group. Because I want your input on that, Jody, on what we need to include in the chapters. Please add your comments. You don't have to tonight. Just when you have time, sit down and scroll through that outline and add, tweak, insert comments where you think we need to move things around. And if anybody needs help with their chapter, come to me, because that's easy. I've already written mine twice.
you know what you could do, Andi? We could actually schedule like how the plan could work. We could do like Andi does a call about writing the chapters. Like you just do a call, you make sure that we get all questions for chapters. We can do a branding call. We can do a sponsorship call. So then we're just super focused on the topic.
Sounds good. I like that.
You know? Yeah, because I mean, I see it being, like we're just flushing out all the ideas right now, but I see it being really easy and categorized to start us, let us launch it. I mean, but we have to be realistic as well with our lives.
Yeah, we just need to keep it simple.
Yeah. Yeah. So why don't we just do this? Let's just do a little action plan. Is that each of us, those that are participating in this piece, like it's like book chapter stuff, you put the flush out for the book chapter, which you've done. I can have Larcy collate all this. Like the thing that I did could just be about, you know, the initial pitch stuff. We can do a section for branding, a section for the book chapter, a section for sponsorship. And then it's almost like we're building our own framework for doing this kind of collaborations with others, really, you know?
Like if we could meet like the first Thursday of every month and do like the first Thursday of March on the branding and kind of chunk it out like that month by month.
Yeah, well, why don't we put a timeline together, right? We're just like a calendar timeline that says this is the, you know, like we do Inner Circle right now, right? So that starts now. So every other first Thursday, I can just do inner circle calls, and it can stay consistent. So then we're all still here.
Yeah. And we'll do branding, then sponsorship and bullets and
Yeah, Larcy, why don't you put together for us a calendar that has a calendar with like the spreadsheet on it each month, and then it just has the date of that first Thursday of each and every month under the calendar. So simple, just that Thursday, and then we'll outline what topics and titles and things that we need to accomplish for that. Do you use Trello, Andy, when you're building books or things like that? Because that's a really easy also way.
do what?
Do you use Trello for development of projects?
I hate Trello. I'm sorry. I use Scrivener, or I like Workflowy. Workflowy is my favorite for organizing ideas, and it's free. Scrivener is kind of like expensive.
Yeah, because we use Asana within our team, but that, for team.
Oh, Asana. I'm familiar with that. I use Asana with my editor. That's a good one. I don't have a personal account there.
No, I'm just saying, because whatever you do as the ones to get a book accomplished, right? Like author stuff, like maybe we start when you do a workflowy, then it can just be, this is what needs, to happen in that, to get that done. I'll start getting spreadsheet done. It just organizes our calendar, our schedule, but what needs to get done each and every month,
I'll look into Asana or Workflowy. Asana might be good because that's something that I can use other places. So I'm familiar with it. It's not my favorite, but I'll figure that out and have it for the next call, and we can start dropping chapters and a preface.
Yeah.
Endorsements, things into it, so they're all in one spot that we can all easily access. Yeah, I'll get that going somewhere.
Yeah, I'll so Lars, first off, just so we can close this inner circle starts in a moment for those that join. We'll start in Larcy will put together a calendar that shows, like, these are all the months. Just get the date so we know, we can start identifying what we're talking about in each of every one of those. It can be a working document until we get into one of these other programs. And then I will continue on that document that I've already put together, which is like blocks of, here's the branding, here's the sponsorship, and then what needs to happen first. In order to start sponsorship, we need this and branding done, and then the media kit. So then we can pull from a list. This month I need author's bio, we need author's picture, so I can get a media kit done, right? So then we can organize that kind of content. And then from there, Jody can maybe start researching on, like, or she can have a call where she says, okay, if you want this kind of sponsor, who are the fish we're going after? Who's going after them? This is what we need to do it. This is the email we need. This is the data we need, right? So then we're prepping that. So if you wanted to add to that document, Jody, this specifically, like, this is what needs to be done for sponsorship, then we're just, ready for it. And then we know this is the email. We need to have that link. We need to have the pitch, and then we can flush out. I was doing a little bit of notes on, like, if somebody does, we all have to decide. If somebody finds a big fish sponsor, right, there should be a referral fee for that person, right? So that, because they get benefit from doing that physical work and landing that. And then, on the distribution side, like, how is that going towards the book launch? How is that, like, we all should and need to decide on that. I don't think that has to happen now, but I think it's an important thing to talk about. Jody's the expert in that area. So just looking at, where that stuff's going to go. And, I think if we just flush this stuff out, we're going to be able to nail it down. Feels messy right now, but I think it'll get organized.
It's exciting. Yeah. It's exciting. We're good.
Yeah. Cool.
That sounds good.
Nice.
Let's start.
All right, cool. So anything more that if others may join, obviously Andy and Jody, because you're in Inner Circle, you guys, can stick around if you need and want to. I know, Jody, you've been doing some marketing stuff with Kim. And then we'll give this replay to everyone else that's in that group, Design to Lead group.
Great.
I want to say two things, if I have a minute.
First of all, most important, I found a jamu recipe and ordered ginger root and tamarack. So, and it's awesome. I've got all my kids drinking it, and so I just had to shout that out. I
So
was gonna
good.
It's so yummy. But I found a super easy recipe. So if anybody wants it, I'll share.
Oh, share.
And
Yes.
oh, I will.
Hey, bringing Bolly home.
Yes, I brought Bolly home. And the other thing is I have got my preface and my first couple chapters of my novel done since I got home because I was so excited. So I'd be thrilled to share those with y'all. So private message me and I'd be happy for some eyes on that. It's growing like tenfold. So I'd love to have your guys' input. If you want to read some fiction for fun, I'd love that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Have a different
Awesome.
life. But yeah,
Congratulations.
I've had such mental blocks over this, but that's for another place. But yeah, I'm getting there.
Great. Thank you all.
Thank you, girls.
Yay, thanks, Sandra.
Okay.
We'll chat with you. Just reconnect with Victoria so she can get everything that you need, babe.
Get all the
And
things.
Sandra, reach out to me and we'll get your book